The salvage vessel Endeavour Titan held her position in the North Atlantic, a speck of industry on an ancient sea.
Her crew moved with the efficiency of those who knew the ocean granted no second chances.
In her mind, she saw not water, but the topology of the abyss 4,000 meters below.
Their key to the deep was the abyssal eye, a sphere designed to withstand pressures that could crush steel. The launch was a choreographed dance of hydraulics and human timing. The ocean asserted its dominion the moment the hull penetrated the surface.
At 300 meters, the light began its final retreat into absolute night.
The pressure hull groaned as the titanium adjusted to the increasing load. A normal sound. A vital sound.
1,000 meters. The darkness had physical weight. The abyss was no longer an idea, but an environment. They fell into the rhythm of deep descent, monitoring, conserving, waiting.
At 3,800 meters, the magnetometer began to sing. Metal. Lots of it.
The wreck of the Empress Catherine resolved from the data like a ghost achieving form. She retained a terrible grandeur, a floating city, now a tomb in the eternal dark.
For a moment, they simply observed. The weight of history was palpable in the cold water.
The gold was stored in the ship's strong room, near the keel, theoretically intact. Theory was about to meet reality.
With a groan that spoke of 8 decades of resistance, the strong room began to open. And there it was, the find of the century, gleaming, incorruptible, and waiting.
No words were exchanged. The mission had just entered its most critical phase.
Recovery began. Each bar was handled with the precision of a watchmaker, a fortune balanced against the void.
20 bars, 40, 75. Each one added literal and metaphorical weight to their fragile craft.
The pilot made the call. They had reached their limit. Greed could kill them all.
They returned from the abyss, their bodies aching, their minds still halfway to the bottom.
Before lawyers and governments, there was a ritual. They cleaned the gold.
Each stroke removed decades of ocean history, a meditation on value and time.
The gold seemed to generate its own light. Beautiful, and somehow unsettling in its indifference.
The gold seemed to generate its own light, beautiful, and somehow unsettling in its indifference. The pilot thought of the wreck. The ocean would reclaim it, with a patience beyond human comprehension.
The engineer calculated the weight not in dollars, but in human effort. Had it all been worth it?
Without a word they dispersed. The work continued.
She thought about depth and distance, about the human drive to reach into impossible places. Beneath that blackness rested thousands of wrecks, thousands of secrets. This was just one.
It was Pruk. The deep could be challenged. What was lost could be found.
In the morning, they would descend again.
The work was never truly finished. The sea always...
Dawn brought not rest, but preparation. The abyssal eye was readied for its next descent into the dark.
The physical toll was one thing. The psychological return from the abyss was another.
Converted deathbeds making the Guardians check.
Every dive was mapped with surgical precision. There was no room for improvisation 4 kilometers down.
Each piece of equipment was a link in a chain. A single failure meant losing everything.
On the Titan, the surface team worked in concert with the dive crew, a symphony separated by miles of ocean.
Trust in their vessel was absolute. Its integrity was their only shield against the crushing void.
The profile is the same. The risks are the same. Our focus must be greater.
The world narrowed to the sphere's interior. The hum of life support became the sound of their shared heartbeat. The numbers rolled by. Each 100 meters was a door closing behind them.
They were visitors in a world of alien life, brief interruptions in an ancient, dark continuum. The wreck waited, unchanged. Their prior entry was just a scratch on its surface.
A personal vault. Not gold, but history. A story within the larger story. Protocol was clear. Recover all artifacts. This one felt different. It felt personal.
The work was hypnotic. Time lost meaning. There was only the bar and the light, and the void beyond.
In the deep, every anomaly was a potential catastrophe. Complacency was the real enemy.
Another load secured. Another slow ascent awaited. The cycle was established.
They had taken a fraction. The wreck's heart was still full of its metallic treasure. This ascent carried more than gold. It carried a mystery from the past. Not a fortune, but a life. Fragments of a person lost to the sea.
Some secrets were not meant to be uncovered. Some belonged to the dead.
Like what, get cancer?
The gold was impersonal, elemental. This was human. It changed the atmosphere on the ship.
The ocean gave up its treasure in many forms. The weight of gold was one thing. The weight of memory was another.
The shared experience bonded them. It wasn't just a job. It was a journey few would ever understand.
The ship became a living thing, groaning and fighting against the elemental fury.
Hold her steady! Compensate for the roll!
We're losing auxiliary power on deck 7. Reroute the hydraulics now.
For the dive crew, the storm was a different kind of pressure. They were powerless, and they hated it.
The storm passed as quickly as it came. The ocean returned to its slow, deep rhythm. The watch continued.
The dives continued. Bar by bar, the strong room of the Empress Catherine was emptied.
After a dozen dives, it was done. The treasure had been reclaimed.
A strange melancholy accompanied completion. The purpose that had driven them for weeks was now fulfilled.
They paid a final, silent tribute to the wreck. It was her gold, but it was her tomb.
Their work here was finished. The abyss would reclaim its silence. All the gold was now on deck. The physical manifestation of the find of the century.
The numbers were staggering. But the true value was measured in something beyond price.
The Titan's purpose here was served. She would become just a ship again, sailing for port.
Disengage dynamic positioning. Helm, prepare to come about.
Aye, Captain. Positioning disengaged.
They turned their backs on the abyss, carrying its secret back to the world of light.
The pilot knew he would carry the image of that darkness with him forever. It was a part of him now. The bond forged in the deep would remain, but the focused unity of the mission was already fading.
Landfall. The world they had left behind, with all its complications, awaited them.
Look, we made it!
Made it! It's beautiful!
Finally, I can't believe it's right there.
The industrial cathedral returned to the world of docks and diesel and deal makers.
Their private triumph was about to become a public spectacle. The weight of fortune was shifting form.
Welcome, team leader. We're delighted you've arrived safely.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure to meet you.
The transfer was clinical, secure. The gold's journey into the global financial system had begun.
Just like that, it was over. The gleaming centerpiece of their work vanished behind smoked glass.
They parted ways, each carrying a silent understanding no one on shore could fully grasp.
She was always the last to leave. The ship felt like a shell now, its purpose extracted. The cycle would continue. There was always another wreck, another deep, another challenge.
But for now, there was only the solid ground under her feet, and the memory of the deep's embrace.
The gold was gone. The ocean remained. And in the silent dark, the Empress Catherine.
The world on land felt too loud, too bright, and unnervingly still.
In the silence of the room, she could still hear the groan of the sub's pressure hull adjusting to the deep. It was just metal here, stripped of ocean patina, of struggle, of meaning. It was simply an asset,